Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from QuantumScape, a company working on next generation batteries. Will this report be shocking or will it be dead on arrival? Let's find out if their financials can actually get a charge out of us. QuantumScape held their annual meeting of stockholders, their owners. Let's break down what happened and what it means for the company. If you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can discuss these filings with other investors. First off, the meeting took place in June of 2025. Around 79% of the company's voting power was present either in person or by proxy, which is like giving someone your permission to vote for you. This meant they had enough people there to make decisions, which is called a quorum. The big items on the agenda were electing directors, approving their accounting firm, and giving an advisory vote on executive pay. Basically how much the top bosses get paid. The first proposal was about electing 10 directors to serve until the next annual meeting in 2026. Let's talk about the numbers for that vote. For Brad Buss, over 616 million votes were cast in favour, while about 5 million were withheld. Withheld votes mean that shareholders didn't want to vote for that specific candidate, but they still wanted to be counted as present. Over 12.9 million were withheld. Withheld votes mean that shareholders didn't want to vote for that specific candidate, but they still wanted to be counted as present. Over 12.9 votes happen when brokers, people who hold shares for their clients, don't vote on certain issues because they don't have instructions from their clients. Moving on to Janan Hanley, around 615 million votes were for and 6 million were withheld, with the same number of broker non-votes. Dr. Genna Lubbert received roughly 605 million votes for and 15 million votes withheld, again with the same broker non-votes. Dr. Ginder Mendel got 619 million votes for and about 2 million votes withheld. Professor Dr. Fritz Prinz had 618 million votes for and around 2 million withheld. Dipender Saluja received approximately 608 million votes for and 13 million withheld. Sebastian Shabera got 611 million votes for and 10 million withheld. Dennis Segers had 618 million votes for and 2 million withheld. Dr. Siva Sivaram received 618 million votes for and 2 million withheld. Finally, Jade Strabel got 619 million votes for and 2 million withheld. All 10 directors were elected, meaning they got enough votes to stay on the board. The high number of broker non-votes suggests that many shareholders didn't give their broker specific instructions on how to vote for these positions. The next proposal was to ratify, which means approve, the appointment of Ernst & Young LL as their independent accounting firm for the year. A whopping 743 million votes were cast in favour, almost 5 million votes against, and about 2 million abstentions. Abstentions mean that people chose not to vote either way. This proposal passed easily, so Ernst & Young will continue to be their accountants. Lastly, there was a vote on the compensation or pay of the company's top executives. This vote wasn't binding, which means the company didn't have to follow it, but it gave them an idea of what the shareholders thought. 600 million votes were for the executive pay, but 16 million voted against and 4 million abstained. Additionally, they had those 12.9 million broker non-votes again. Even though there were some votes against, the majority approved of the executive compensation. Oh, now let's put this into perspective. QuantumScape is still in the development phase, meaning they're not yet making a lot of money. These votes show that most shareholders are still on board with the company's direction, even if they have some concerns about executive pay. The election of all 10 directors indicates confidence in the company's leadership. The fact that the vote on executive compensation was non-binding is something to keep in mind. It allows the company flexibility, but also opens the door to potential disagreements with shareholders down the road if executive pay is perceived as excessive. QuantumScape is walking a tightrope right now. They need to show progress in their battery technology while also managing their expenses and keeping shareholders happy. The next few years will be crucial for them to prove they can deliver on their promises. Alright, that's our breakdown of QuantumScape's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.